Hi guys, this is the Unit 4, Lesson 5 Cool Down. Order up. For this cool down, you have to order the numbers from least to greatest. That means your smallest decimal all the way to your greatest. So, let's see, we have 5 decimals here, well, fractions and decimals. So I have 5 spots. And I'm just going to go ahead and add commas because when we list our decimals and fractions, we want to put a comma in between. So I'll switch the color of my pen so we can keep everything straight. All right. So when I look at these decimals, I'm going to start with the greatest. So I'm going to look at my whole numbers. I see a 3, a 3, a 2, a 2, a 3. So I'm going to ignore my ones that have a 2 to begin with. And I'm going to look at the ones that have a 3. All right, so they all have a 3. So I have to compare tenths. Okay, so this one has 2 tenths. This one has 2 hundredths. So it doesn't have any tenths. So that one is not the greatest. This one has a 0 in the tenth spot. So it is not the greatest. Our greatest decimal is 3.2. 3 and 2 tenths. So I'm going to put that one right there at the greatest, and then I'm going to erase my marks because I'm still going to look at these 2 that have a 3. Okay. All right, so I've got my greatest. So now I'm going to look at 3 and 2 hundredths and 3 and 9 hundredths. They both have a 3, so I'm looking at the hundredths. Now if I look at 3 and 9 hundredths, I can write that as a fraction to help me compare. I know 9 hundredths is more than 2 hundredths. So 3 and 2 hundredths has to be smaller. Oh wait, but I'm doing great. Okay. So it's going to be smaller. So I did not mean to cross that one out. So 3.09 is the next smallest. So I'm going to cross that one off. And then I'm going to erase this one. Oh, but that's the only one with the 3 that is left. So 3 and 2 hundredths would have to be your next smallest. Okay, so 3 and 2 hundredths, remember it's the same as 3 decimal point 02. So 2 less than 9. Okay, so now my next smallest. Well, now I've got to look at these 2. 2 and 92 hundredths or 2 and 2 tenths. Okay, I'm going to use this space down below so I can rewrite them and we can really look at them. So I'm going to write them both as a fraction. 2 and 92 hundredths. 2 and 2 tenths. Well, I can't compare tenths to hundredths. So I'm going to go ahead and change 2 tenths to 20 hundredths because that's what we've been practicing for a couple weeks now. And just like in our warm-up today, you should be able to do that in your head now. Now I can think, okay, which is greater, 92 hundredths or 20 hundredths? Well, 92 hundredths. So this is our next biggest number. But it's written as a decimal, so I'm going to write 2 decimal point 92. Which leaves us with our smallest, which is 2 and 2 tenths. All right, for number 2, you just had to pick any of the numbers and write a true comparison statement. So, for example, if I have 2 and 2/10 that I'm comparing to 2 and 92/100, I'm going to make my greater than sign facing the bigger number. Think of it just like Jaws or an alligator. He's going to eat the bigger one, okay? So basically you had to just use 2 of those numbers. It could have been any of them, and you had to compare. One common mistake that I saw was kids took 3 and 2/100, that was this one, and they compared it to 3 and 2/10, and they said it was equal. Guys, these are not equal. This decimal has 2 tiny hundredths. This decimal has 2 long sticks. So 3 and 2/10 is greater. All right, guys, that was our cool down for today.